Hi, welcome to Paul's Tackle Reviews. The purpose of this channel is to give you some reviews of tackle that's been out on the bank, tried and tested by an unbiased, unsponsored angler, and that's me, Paul Cresswell. Today I'm only doing a short video about a small piece of kit that could save you an awful lot of money. So we all go out with carp fishing, method, pellet, banjo, whatever. If you turn away, look on your side trail, look behind you, somebody talking to you, you risk your rod going in and losing the rod. I've had my rod go in. Thankfully, I was quick with the landing net and got the reel and saved it, but other people have lost their rods carp fishing at this time of year. So I've done a video previously about rod rest heads, and my usual front one is either this or I've got a Guru version of this, and that sits on the front rest. And then the rear one, and I think in my awards this one best accessory or best piece of kit, but that's my rear one. It goes on my box arm, your rod sits in there. If you watch my other video you can see me giving it some welly, and it takes something to get out of there. Highly recommend that. And this rod rest is fine if you're sat on your peg and the water level is just below you, and so you can get your rod get your tip close to the water, and you don't have a lot of angles. Sometimes you don't even need to put the mechanism on your rod rest arm down, you can just have that sat there. What I'm talking about today is those occasions where you're sat above the water. So quite often, and at my local water we have platforms, and they're often a foot off the water. And then in the drought last year I was at least 2, sometimes 3 foot off the water. So my arm to hold the front rest is pointing down because you want your tip over the water. So it's a whole different setup. Now, you don't need a big fish to lose your rod, because some of them little commons and mirrors just tear off. If you get a foul hooker, it'll be gone. It'll just gone straight away. So what I've done is I've put my box on my patio table to simulate the platform. I've then put the rod so that the tip of the rod is a couple of foot below where your feet are, and then I've put the feeder on the garden, and helpfully my garden slopes away. So I've created a similar situation to what you'll find when you're fishing. So let's watch the first video now. So you can see what happens there. Because of the angles that are involved, when the feeder gets moved, your rod can lift off the rod rest. You're just relying on this. Now this will hold for a certain amount of time, but if you knock it out of there in all the panic when you can see your rod wanging around in the air, then you could lose your rod. What I'm going to do now is put it with the little Maver auto clasp rod rest and show you the difference. I think you can see the difference there, because if I was sat there, what would I feel? I'd feel my arm hitting my leg. Even if you've got your arm absolutely rock solid, the rod won't pull out of the rest, and it saves you losing your rod. So what is the auto clasp? That's it. There's no springs, fancy mechanisms. You put that for at the angle that you want. So let's have it, let's pretend this is my rod. You then put it in and it just sits there and there's no problems. If I move the rod towards the camera, it's just sat against it. When I get a take and I've got a fish or I'm reeling in, you just lift and that's it. There's no resistance, nothing complicated about it. It's a straightforward little device, but I think it's absolutely invaluable in those circumstances. And the cost of this, and it comes with a screw fitting, just to say, I've got it in one of the little blocks so I can put it into my arm. These are £6. That's £6. Yeah, you don't get much in fishing that's really cheap. Worth having in your box if you're ever in those circumstances. What I will say is, you get, people say, oh, it looks funny. You get used to it in seconds. This isn't for silverfish fishing where you might need to twitch and all that. This is method pellet hybrid feeder where you're casting out self-hooking rigs waiting for the carp. That's it for today. Like I said, short video. Over 60 videos on my channel. If you want to give me a like and subscribe, I've got more on the way. Until next time, tie lines.